do there, chums? 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, I'm playing real VR fishing. I'm going to be giving some beginner's tips for this game. The things that I wish I knew way before I knew them. Okay, so let's get into this. I mean, look at my beautiful aquarium. Now, some of the things that you're going to get in your aquarium, like the galleon or the treasure chest, and the little yellow submarine there, the mermaid, those little things and bits and bobs that appear, you're going to find that when you complete certain tasks, you're going to get trophies. And some of these trophies are going to reward you with said things. Some of them, though, are going to give you 10,000 credits. And it just says catch a lot of fish. You know, so you've got to try and catch lots of fish. It would tell you how many. Try and do Fish Hunter as early as possible with catching your fish. Because that 10,000 credits is going to buy you an awesome rod, it's going to buy you an awesome reel. There's a few others in here, like releasing fish, that's also going to give you 5,000 credits. So make sure you're checking these up. Look, 3,000 credits there, catching fish in the rain. Alright, now for catching fish in the rain, if you head on over into here, and you hit on this, and go into the tour, there is actually a tour, and one of them is for catching fish in the rain. So if you do that tour there, and it's only like a beginner's one anyway, you've just got to catch 3 of each kind of fish. Just keep doing that over and over again. At least you're going to have a bit of fun doing it. And you're also going to pop that reward for loads of cash. Also, to get loads of cash, if you go into here and you complete each of these tutorial steps, complete all of these tutorial steps, and you're going to get loads of cash just given to you. When you do get that loads of cash given to you, what I would suggest you invest in is getting the saltwater spinning rod and also the saltwater spinning reel, level A, like A class, because they've got really good tension, drag, line length and durability, etc. And those reels are awesome. They're far better than any other, even like the ones that are inside of my video description. If you go to my video description, you're going to get a code to get this dragon reel for free. For free, people. So there we go. But anyway, you can see there that I've got the best A-class rod and reel. Oh, actually, that's not the A-class one. That's the A-class one right there. Heck yes. That's going to help you catch some really big fish out at sea. Now, sometimes when you hook a fish out at sea and you're reeling it in, you may get a shark jump on the line. If you do get a shark and you manage to capture the shark, that's going to reward you loads of cash or loads of XP. XP you need for your fishing license. And you need to get your fishing license all the way up to level 20 to be able to catch epic fish. And what do I mean by epic fish? Well, when you look inside of your actual fish catalogue, wrong joystick, you need to use the left stick, you're going to see like rares and epics and all sorts of other stuff, but you can only catch the epic fish once you hit level 20. And I can't even catch these fish yet because I am not level 20 yet in every area or every region. And how do you find out what level you are in each region? When you click into each region, you can see here, level 14 at East Coast. West Coast, I'm actually level 19. So there we go. I need to go around and get each of mine up. I mean, some areas I'm only like level 7. So there we go. You can't catch really awesome fish until you get above, like, well, the super big fish you can't catch until you get to level 16. Let me show you what I mean by that. So let's just go to a location quickly. Let's head on over to the West Coast. So I'll go to West and I'm going to go fish at sea because there's some real big fish there. Let's go fishing. Okay, right. So, what do I mean? If the best way to show you is in hard mode. Actually, I'll put it in normal because you're going to probably play in normal. Right, there's different types of fish hologram. Okay? So, the smallest hologram, let me see if I can spot one. Well, I've got no tiny ones out here right now. But anyway, we've got the large, which is that yellow one just on the surface over there. And then you've got a very large, which is that green fin one down at the bottom there. And then you've got a super duper large, which is that one over there. And those are the super large fish. You're not going to even see that hologram appear until you get to about level 16 or 17, depending on area. and that is your super large fish. And your super large fish, if you go into your fish catalogue over here, so these are kind of the smalls, and then when you get over here, your super larges are like these ones, okay? And that's a super large as well. Sadly, it doesn't tell you that on here or show you what fish hologram you're looking for. That might be helpful to show. Maybe, I mean, you've got depth there, you've got this blank space. It'd be nice if they had the actual fish hologram that you're looking for here as a bit more of an indication of what you're looking for out there. Anyway, there's a lot that I haven't caught. I mean, that's an epic. I can't catch that until I get to level 20. You can see there, it says epic, expert, max level. Well, the expert denotes the expert mode. You can only catch it in expert mode. And look, all the fish holograms have disappeared. That's playing blind, pretty much. In hard mode, when you pick this up, you're going to get a fish finder. And you can see there the different types of hologram. You've got large fish. Then you've got this one over here that's like got the two fins on its back like that. See, the ones without any fins are large. Then you've got the ones with a fin, which are like even larger. Then you've got these big tank-like ones, which are like the super larges. I mean, I showed you that over in normal mode in a roundabout way as well. But there's multiple fish holograms. If I go to another area, like if I go to a lake, so yeah, if I just pop over to a lake quickly, that's a lake, we go there. Okay, on a lake, if I was to go into normal mode, I'm fairly sure we will start to see some really small fish holograms here as well. Yeah, you see that red one over there? That's a small fish hologram. Then you've got the green one over there, which is the sort of medium to largy fish. And then you've got these fin ones here, which are the largest you're probably going to find in a lake. And then the super larges are the ones that you're going to find out at sea that I just showed you earlier. Those big, chubbier type ones. Cool. Anyway, I'll give you some fishing tips. I think I'll go back to sea. Actually, I can do it here. So you've got your float fishing, you've got your reel fishing. I mean, that's an A-class rod. This is freshwater. We've got a freshwater spinning reel on, which is great. Now, you've got different types of bait. Now, one of these baits doesn't actually sink. You see this one here where it says sink speed, the popper C. That's only going to go across the top surface of the water. So you're not going to be able to catch anything that's deep. So just keep that in mind. But I'm going to keep the popper C on for a second because I'm just going to go for this top green one that's right in front of us here. Now, you can see that I've cast it out and it's near to this yellow one. A yellow fish will still go for a lure as long as you make it quite attractive to them. Move it around a bit, flick it about a bit, but it's got to be right on top of them. I've cast it in front of that, so there you are. There we go. This one's interested right now. Okay, if it does that when you first get the fish on the line, just lower your rod and hold down the bay alarm trigger, the one that you used to cast. I didn't do anything there, so that's why it got away. We'll get him on again, and we'll do that again. Here we go. There you go, now he's interested. It's going to do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to lower my rod down after striking, and just hold in the trigger underneath the move controller. Now you don't really want it to touch the red areas. And you see when you get that, you just hold the rod to the direction. You want to try and keep it out of the blue. Out of the blue means that it's going to try and get off the line. So just keep a little bit of pressure on just by turning the handle, even when you're pulling it over to the side. But don't make it go in the red. If it jumps out of the water, just sort of flick against it and knock it out of the sky. And then it should get a bit dizzy and dazed. Try and keep it out of the red, try and keep it out of the blue at all times. And what I'm doing there is I'm just squeezing on the reel. There you go, you can see the fish. We're going to be catching that any second now. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. Pow! Fish caught. There we are. And you've got the choice to either release or to keep. And you're going to get XP on the one, or you're going to get credits on the other. If you keep it, you can put it in your aquarium. If you release it, then not so much. But you are going to get XP. And of course you need the XP to catch the larger fish. You used to need XP to unlock other areas, but now all areas are unlocked. So there's that. Now what I like about using a lure is, say if I cast it over there and there's no fish there, you can actually move it just by tugging, like so. See that? Lovely jubbly. I might even be able to get this fish interested now, even though it's yellow, even though it shouldn't like this. Just move it around a bit, make it a bit attractive to the fish, and it should strike. There we go. So you can catch a yellow even on a bait that it doesn't like. You can even catch a red in some cases. There you go. Just hold it. You don't need to flick it like I was just doing a minute ago. I mean, you can if you want for a bit of flair. Can't hurt too much. But you don't have to. Just hold it in position. Like so. Boom. It's actually dazed right now. When the line goes green, it's dazed. You can just reel like crazy and bring it in. If you see your line go orange or red, then stop reeling. But you'd know anyway, because you kind of hit the indicator. But if you're in expert mode, you don't get this dial. I would say stay in normal mode until you're confident, and then move into the expert mode. There we go, we've got ourselves a lovely fish. Now in normal mode, you just get the base amount of XP and money. If you put it into hard mode, you're actually going to get a plus on your XP and money. Let me show you how much.
Steve, oh Captain Steve, oh Captain, heck yeah, why not hit that like and subscribe, thank you very much.
So if I catch a fish now, I mean we're going to be using the viewfinder to find our fish right now, and we need a surface fish with that. I'm going to change the bait out a bit. I go for one of those. Look, there's quite a few green fish there. I go around there, quite close, probably where those bubbles are. Bring it in. Now this one does sink, and it sinks really fast, this bait that I'm using. The bait that I'm using right now is actually quite good for cephalopods, you know, like octopuses and things. Now with this bait, if you swish it about a bit and reel in a little, you should see eventually the line go orange or red. Okay, I've brought it in too far now, I think. I don't think there's any fish there. But let's go over that way. Let's cast all the way over to the back. And that's kind of not where I want it. But as I'm pulling it through the water and reeling, hopefully I'm going to see the line go another colour. Well, it's not quite working how I would like. I might swap to the soft bait because it sinks a lot slower. It gives you a little bit more room, wiggle room, to catch your fish. Come on. Right, so let's go for the soft bait. Soft bait, you can see there everything's pretty much green and yellow. It's kind of gone off to the side again. I want to be around that. You see that? It's gone orange. Now it's red. And it's a big fish. And you can tell that because it's gone mental. In hard mode, you're not going to get many indications. Sounds like someone's started cutting down a tree or something at the moment, being outside. I'll go close the window in a moment. Let me just catch this fish. Come on. Hold it over that way. Knock it out the sky. Hold it that way. Hold it that way. And this is a little bit more like expert mode. Expert mode is just like this for catching the fish, and you don't even get a viewfinder. See there, the line goes orange every now and again. The reel will also make a noise like it. make a squealing noise every time it goes red. So that's another indication for you. There you go, bring this guy in. Hi-yah! Nice. And you can see there we've got a ×2 bonus to our XP or to our credits. That's my personal best. That's a good sized fish, that. But I'm going to release it, and we're going to get the XP. Now in expert mode, let me show you expert mode. Okay, so expert mode. Am I in expert mode? I am now. Expert mode. Right. Still got the soft bait on. I know that the fish here like the soft bait. But when you actually swap your game mode, you actually reset all the fish as well. So if you have caught a lot of fish, just swap the mode backwards and forwards, and that should reset your fish. That's another really good little tip, that. Right, okay, so in this one, you haven't got no viewfinder, you've got no indication where the fish are, apart from ripples and swirls on the top. Now, I don't know the difference between the bubbles and the ripples. That might mean something to depth, but you see there, it's gone red already. I just tried to keep it at that depth. And I find the soft bait is a very good bait because a lot of areas it lights up all the fish, yellow and green. So you've got a good chance of catching a wide variety of fish using the soft bait. Now I just used the soft bait C, but if you get the soft bait A, the soft bait A is actually going to... I didn't reel there when it was blue. The soft bait, well, let me show you. The soft bait A is actually going to help you catch larger fish. They're going to weigh a little bit more. And it's got a higher level of attraction. Okay, here we go. There you go, it's gone orange, so I want to keep it at that height. Right, give it some slack by holding the actual underlever. We'll try that again. It went blue for a little while then. Sweet. And what I'm doing is, as it does the run, I'm holding the rod over to the side, but not only that, I am also reeling just a little bit to stop it from going blue and it's spitting the line out. You see it's gone green, the line? That means it's stunned, so you get a little bit of free time to reel. As soon as it goes orange though, stop reeling. If you see it go blue, then start reeling. You've given it a little bit too much slack. There's a chance it can spit it out. And you lose your fish. I'm only getting flickers of blue, so I'm doing alright. And there we go. So if your fish stays still in the water, pull the rod directly vertically up. But yeah, there we go, so we can release that one. And that's the difference. I got a ×3 bonus. You see that? ×3 rather than the ×2. Pretty darn awesome. So expert mode, move into that when you're ready and you want to build your XP up a bit quicker. Righto, well, I'm going to head back to Lodge. There's probably a few more tips that I can show you there, but that's pretty much everything for fishing. I didn't show the float fishing. I mean, if I was to show float fishing, it's fairly similar, apart from you can't move. Once you're in the water, you can't really move anywhere. So I'll show you what I mean anyway. There's different sorts of bobs that you can go. I like this one because it's got no drift speed. If you have got one that's got drift speed, it's going to slowly drift towards the bank and come towards you. I prefer this one because it's more control over it, and you can bring it in yourself anyway. You can just reel it, can't you? So here we go. I'll show you in normal mode. Hopefully you guys are going to be fishing in normal mode for the duration. Now the difference with this is you see the line length. If you want to catch one on the surface, you need to adjust your line length to being shorter. If you wanted to go for one that's mid-depth, you just press down on the actual hat stand, this sort of like thumbstick, and that's going to make it even longer. If you wanted to go for really deep, you press it down again to go really deep. And that's pretty much it. You just need to set the depth. So say if I wanted that green sucker right there, flick, reel it in a bit, And I think that's probably going to be roughly in its vicinity around about there. There we go. And it comes straight over. I like the lure fishing because you've got that little bit of wriggle room, you know, to move it around a bit. But it's pretty much the same principle. Once you've got the fish on the line, it's the same thing that we've already gone over. But I'll bring this fish in anyway. Just holding the line there, holding the rod to the side so that it indicates. And I actually prefer fishing in normal mode all the time, mainly because I make the videos, and at least you can see what's going on with the fish underwater as well as my actions and how it all translates, you know. But if I am just going to be fishing offline and not making a video, I'm usually either in hard mode or in the expert mode once I know the actual lake and the water and the fish. Expert mode is for when you know the water well and you've been fishing it for a while and you're trying to get your license up as fast as possible, in my opinion. Otherwise, anywhere new, you can always do it in normal mode or hard if you're feeling confident. Move into expert when you want to really plough through the XP and get your license up. And also for catching the epic fish, which I'm not that far yet. I haven't managed to get my license up to level 20 yet. So I'm still a player that's learning and giving my tips, the things that I wish I knew beforehand. There we go, I'm just going to release that. Nice, you see him swim back. Nice. Okay, now something you can do from this menu is you can fast travel. You don't have to go back to your lodge every single time then bring up the world map. You can just change your map locations over here and then your actual locations to fish over here. And you can jump back to your lodge nice and easy whenever you want. Okay, something else that I wish I knew earlier is you've got this little clamshell over here on the right hand side. Going into here you can swap these clams or pearls as they're called for upgrades, and one of them is called usables. Inside of usables you've got either an XP boost, a luck burst or a gold burst. This one will boost how much gold you get, this one will boost how much XP you get. You can see here I've got 4 left. One shell buys you a stack of 10 of these things. Now they only last 10 minutes, so it's a little bit of a swizz, because if you are in expert mode, you know, you're only going to be catching maybe 4 fish in 10 minutes if you're lucky. And that's not a massive XP give, to be fair. It just gives you an extra 30%. But it's not too bad. It's not to be sniffed at. It's alright. But if you want one of these pearls, you have to trade in 50,000 cash for one. I think the economy on those things is slightly broken. Now you can buy some really cool gear though for your actual self, for your actual person, which is pretty darn sweet. But before you go spending pearls and going crazy in here, what I would suggest to you, being a new player, is if you just go into this cloakroom over here, you can customize your avatar, and there's a lot of stuff in here that's free. So inside of here, if you just make your way over to the mirror, you can get yourself all dressed it up like so. Like, I mean, I'm wearing all this shark stuff. Now, every single time there's an event on, if you log in once per week, they give you a new item of clothing that's specific. I mean, this is pretty cool gear. I got it all free just by logging in each week. So, there we go. Little bit of a tip there. You can get some freebies every now and again. Okay, so something else to point out is you can actually buy boats. And the boats you're going to be standing on when you go to levels or places that have boats. So I've got like a little outboard blow-up boat with an outboard motor, and I've got this one. This is my saltwater boat. Now I like the boats that haven't got restricted view. It's like if I go to salt water, as good as this boat is, when you're actually standing on this boat, you're standing at the tail end, you're standing about here, and sometimes these boards restrict your view of what you can see. So even the boat looks nice and it's grand and it's large and you think bigger the better. Actually, no. I kind of wish I didn't buy this boat. I honestly do. I honestly don't. This one has got nice clear view. That's probably my best saltwater boat. So try not to waste your money on anything that might restrict your view, is what I would suggest. There is a reward, though, for having bought boats. If you buy yourself 4 boats, you're going to get a Nautilus or something. I haven't quite done it yet, so I don't know what a Nautilus looks like. But it's one of these ones around here. Here we go. Purchase boats. I've already purchased 2 boats. I need to purchase 4 boats to get a Nautilus submarine. I don't know whether you actually get a boat that actually goes underwater. That'd be freaking insane if that's the case. I mean, I have got this little yellow submarine inside this fish tank. I don't know whether I've already earned it or something. Bit weird, that one, but I haven't got the massive trophy. These trophies, once you get them to the biggest, like the pictures down the bottom, the trophy grows. Look, let's see, that one's halfway, and it's got a little star on top. You get a different graphic for it, so you know which ones you've completed. But there we go, we started at the trophies, we're ending at the trophies. The trophies are extremely important. I didn't realise how important these were until I was massively into the game. But yeah, getting these things unlocks all sorts. It's like here, I've got bottlenose dolphins for my actual fish tank. Yeah, that's not a fish tank that's for salt water. I've not got any dolphins there. To get to your other aquarium, you can go through this door. And here we are. You do get tutorials pop up from time to time.
Where you can display saltwater.
Thank you. Now, sometimes I log into the game and it acts like I haven't gone through the tutorial steps, and you get the pop-ups. It's a bit weird. Sometimes I have to readjust my sound and my controls. That happens from time to time, and just to be aware. But this is my saltwater aquarium, and you can see here at the moment, my dolphins are not there. So even that's been reset. So a few options get reset. If you're not seeing all your customizations, you go to the paint roller over here and go to rewards, and I can turn my dolphins back on, turn on my Japanese spider crab. I'm still trying to earn all of these. I'd love a sea turtle and manta ray, heck yes. But now I've turned that on, you can see I've got 2 dolphins, 1, 2, and I've also got a giant king crab down there. Ivy, my partner, wants to go to the fjords and catch these guys and actually eat them. Yeah, because apparently they taste amazing, but they're super expensive. But you can, for the price of actually eating one of those, you can actually book a whole trip to go and watch them be caught and cook your own. So maybe that's something we can do at some point in our lives. It's definitely on the bucket list. But this is the saltwater aquarium. If you're watching my series, I've pretty much shown you how I've caught every single one of these fish to date. So go back to my playlist and watch that, please. And if you've found anything inside of this beginner's tips video for real VR fishing, please hit that like and subscribe. It really does help the channel and the algorithm. Yeah, anyway, until next time, goodbye, and goodbye again.